Alhamdulillah wahdah, wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da, amma ba'd. So last week we discussed the importance and significance of tajweed, which is for obligation on every individual, okay, who is able to do so. Today, we just move on to the important bits, which is what constitutes tajweed? What is this beautification of Quran? What is this essential about Quran that one needs to know with regards to pronouncing it? So there is makhraj, need to know where the letter comes out from. You can't say B in English, B sound, without using the answer. I wanted to say my B from my nose or from my tongue. Can you do that? No, it has to come from ba. You can't do your T from somewhat from the side here. I'm going to twist my tongue and put it there because I can't lift it. You can't do ta like that. It has to be ta going up. You appreciate that? Yeah. This is exactly tajweed. Means you need to know where the letter is coming out from. You need to know where the letter comes out from. The part of the body where the exit point is. It's called articulation. Articulate means to say, to speak out. We need to know how and where to speak and articulate these letters and words from. Letter must come out. Letter must come out from the point of articulation. Okay, so that's what is the most important first thing. So Imam Jazari, I just move on to this one because we're not doing Jazari at the moment because that's for little advanced students. But I can just tell you how many alphabets are there in Arabic. It says here, but I kept it in Arabic. 29 letters, which are all the sounds, but the actual consonants are 28. Alif is a vowel sound, A, U, E sound, okay? So, and you know all of them. कट रहा है थोड़ा सा जरा सा ऊपर कर दीजिए एक चीज को नीचे रख दी छोटी सी बुक कोई चीज टू मच हो जाएगा हाँ मोबाइल so you've got everything other than alif. Now can you see this thing, the first bit, first letter? What is that? Is that alif or hamza? It looks like alif, isn't it? Yes. Remember, but it is actually alif. It is actually hamza. It's not alif. That's why they put hamza to show you. Remember, alif is only alif when it is alif. Alif means actually mujarrad, like something which is free from all the letters. Alif is only alif when it is naked. It hasn't got fatha dhamma kasra. No hat, no trousers, no shirts. No fatha dhamma kasra. Nothing on that. Alif is only alif when it has got. So if I ask you in this first line, can you see alif? Yes. This one? But how would you read it? Just read that first one. Al-huruf. Al-huruf. Very good. That's good. Now, did you say al-huruf? What sound did you pronounce on that alif? Fatha, hamza. The minute it becomes that is vowel, and that becomes hamza. Because alif is only hamza, only alif when it is free from fatha dhamma kasra. What sound are you pronouncing there? Al. That's hamza. The only alif here in this, in the top one. See, al-hurufu, that is, the first one is hamza. Al-hijaya, see that hamza? That's what you're pronouncing. You can't, if you don't write it, doesn't matter. What you're saying is hamza, lam, alif, or even if you say alif, lam, zabar. How did you study in madrasa? Alif, lam? No. First, just do the hijya on that. On the alif, lam. What do you say? What do you say? Alif, lam, al. How do you make it al? Alif, lam, zabar, al. Alif, lam, zabar, or alif, lam, fatha, al. Alif, lam, fatha. Alif, lam, fatha, al. What is that fatha? Fatha means that this fatha is sitting here, al. That is why it is, even if you don't see it, it is there. That's why you say it. Al. Does it make sense? Yeah. Does it make any alif? Now, what about this second one? Alif, lam, again, fatha. This is hamza. What about hija, jim, alif, fatha? What about this? This? Any fatha dhamma kasra on this one? No. Can you see fatha? Hija, jim, alif, ja. This is alif. This hija. This is the only alif here. Otherwise, so simple. Alif, a vowel with fatha dhamma kasra is hamza. Alif cannot be, it looks like a long thing, like alif, like number one. That is only alif if it has not got fatha dhamma kasra. The minute it has fatha dhamma kasra, it becomes hamza. Okay, just go back a bit. Every letter in Arabic or in any language is in one of the two states, either this or that. One state, second state. What is the first state? Either it is sakina, we call it silent, or active. Active or inactive. Active, inactive. Every letter is either active or inactive. Okay? Is that easy? That bit is easy. Every letter is either active or inactive. Inactive or active. Or active means it has fatha dhamma kasra. Inactive means no fatha, no dhamma, no kasra. There you go. Nothing. There you go. No hat, no trousers, and no no sleeves. But don't look at that. That's bad. So fatha dhamma kasra. If you have it, zabar zer pesh. Then you have, what is that? Hamza in alif. If you don't have it, it is alif. Okay. This only, and every letter could be found in one of the two states. Okay. Remember that and keep that in mind. Now, another important point before we move on, some basics. How do you pronounce how do you speak out a word? Where the sound coming from? What and who created the sound? Did I not have that in the first slide? Oh, okay, fine. I didn't send you the one that I wanted to send. That's fine. Not a problem. We do something differently. It's not the updated one. I perhaps updated it wrong, but that's not a problem. No problem. Sound. How do you make the sound? Remember, every sound is created by two surfaces, either striking or going away from them. So two coming together or two going away. See that? They're going away. You seen that? Not difficult, is it? Don't say it's difficult. You know, separated and sound. Generally, hitting and sound. Yes? Yeah. So, and there are other ways. Sometimes you can rub it as well. But again, some surfaces, they're there. Okay, now, a silent or sakina, inactive letter is when, roughly, imagine that, those two surfaces are separated. Then you pronounce a sakin letter. For example, ba sakin. Put alif before ba. Or no, don't put alif because you can't put it because hamza. Put lam before ba. Or what would you say? Lam fatha ba. What would that be? Lab. You agree? Lab. Lam fatha ba. Lam ba fatha. Lam ba zabar. Lab. What is ba here? Active or inactive? Inactive. What about, so now say lab. Lab. What happened? Sakin letter. Two surfaces coming together. That's what happened. Sakin letter, when you put them together. Second, I'll come to it. So, ab. And when you want to say them with, you want to pronounce that letter with activity, means what? What happened to the ba? Give fatha to ba. What would that be? Say, reverse it. Ba and lam. Ba, bal. So what happened to ba? Ba. So you say, ba. So ba comes from your lip. Ba comes from the two lips here. B. Yeah. So you say lab. Lab. Closed. Yeah. Two surfaces together. And when you want to say ba, what happens? Ba. Ba. Bal. Bal. Sorry, bal. 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 So having two surfaces away. You understanding that? So what happened? Active letter. When you want to pronounce active letter, two surfaces go away. When you want to make it silent, you bring them together. This is how you recognize the makhraj of a letter. Always try to pronounce that letter in which form would you try it? Where would you? In inactive form. Inactive form. Don't say ba. No. Ba wouldn't help. Because you say ba, where is coming from? Qa, where is coming from? Qa. Ba you can see here. Qa is coming from throat, but where exactly in throat? I can't feel it. But if I say la, say la. La, where is coming from? La. It is E. Yes. If you say al, say bal. And you stop there. Bal, keep your tongue where it is. Bal. Say bal. Bal. And leave it. No, don't say bal. No, come to state. Say bal. And leave the tongue where it is. Bal. And now feel where the letter is coming from. That's the letter where it's coming from. Bal. Exactly. Now say bar. Bar. Now bar, where's touching the top? Bal, bar, bal, bar. Do one after the other. Bal, bar, bal, bar, bal, bar, bal, bar. Do you know where it's coming from? Now you could see, if I ask you to point with a marker, you should know where it's coming from. Bal, bar. So this is your tongue going up to the roof, touching bal, bar, bal, bar. Bal, but little ahead of that. Bal, bar, bal, bar, bar. Agree with that? Bal, bar. You agree? Yeah, very close. Both coming from the tip, but a little bit ahead of that. Bal, bar. Exactly. You will appreciate that. We'll come to that in a minute. But it's just going a little bit there, isn't it? They're close there. Are you all following me? You're understanding it all, yeah? It's making sense. And just nothing that you don't know. All of that you know and you do it. You all say it like, we can't say other than this. Whatever I'm doing is just I want you to mature up and stop for a second, think about whatever you do without thinking and try to unfold it. Take the layers off and try to see, oh, this is what I'm doing. Perfect. Because once you know that, then you can apply it very easily. You would apply it anyway, 9 out of 10, but you make certain subtle mistakes because there are certain rules to be learned which distinguishes this language, Arabic, from other languages. For example, this lam, very easy lam. Lam, there's Arabic lam, there's English L counterpart, and there is American way of saying that L. So sometimes they would say L without touching anything. Say L. You heard about that? That's $20 bill. Don't have to touch at the top. Yeah, $20 bill. So you don't need to touch at the top. Yes. And our people here would say bill. Little bit touch, but not a lot. Arabic lam is a little bit more than that. A lot more space of that should go al. More than that. Al. You have to use a little bit more of that. Now, so what do you understand so far? The letters are pronounced in active state or active state. When they're inactive, you strike the surface together. When they're inactive state, they are separated. And you want to know both of those for each makhraj, each articulation point for each letter, because without that you are going to make mistakes in Quranic recitation and there'll be problems. There's certain letters, they would come out from the same spot, very close to each other. You can't distinguish. If you do not practice that, then you'll be in trouble because you can make mistake. For example, qa and ka, qa and ka, qa and ka. Can anyone tell me where they're coming from? So just say qa and ka. Is that the right way of finding out where it's coming from? No, it's not the right way. Because I'm saying qa with fatha. I told you to find out the letter where it's coming from is to make it Active or inactive? Yeah, inactive. So it's qa inactive. Aq, baq, laq, khalaq, laq, falaq, laq, laq. You understand? Laq. Now you know where it's coming from. Laq, 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 laq. They're very close to each other. Just base of the tongue. Forget about where coming from. We'll go through that separately. All I want you to just appreciate that these are the letters and where they're coming from. Okay. Say ta and pa. You understand those two letters? Ta with two dots and pa. Yeah. Now say, is that the right way of noting their makhraj? Ta and ta? No. How would you say? At. So there you go. You're already there. At. Now do it. At. Can anyone tell me where coming from? Where are you pronouncing this letter? At. Do it and tell me where it's coming from. Say at. At. Anyone can see any difference where coming from? With regards to where coming from? Second. Al position. So al, say al and at. Al at. Further down this way. So it's coming from, so this is your teeth. Just imagine these are your bunny teeth, all four hanging down there. That's your palate. You know palate? Hard bone here, the roof. Your tongue is going for al here, at here. Al at. And the base. That's how the close distance. But for ta and pa, they're exactly same. At, up. Very micro level, this distinct. You won't be able to decipher that. You don't need to. That's why they say come from the same makhraj. And for all practical purposes, they come from the same. So at. So if ta and ta are both coming from the same makhraj, if they're both coming from the same place, how could you distinguish? Here, makhraj wouldn't help you. That's the next point. Makhraj would not help you. Knowing only makhraj wouldn't. You need to know the quality as well. So the quality of that letter, that is what would distinguish one from the other. So you would say, how am I saying? Can you feel just by listening to me? Yeah. The distinction. Is there distinction between the two? Yes. Up. Yeah. So the distinction is this. One is light, one is heavy. Heavy. Literally heavy. Up. So what happens here? The heaviness, I'm just describing, we go through all of that subsequently. I'm just giving you a brief overview where we're heading. This is your tongue now. The problem is that people who can't see us, that they might not understand. But this is the tongue, base of the tongue is sitting there. Okay, let's hold it here for a second. We were talking about how the sign come. I didn't complete that bit yet because it would help here. How do you think your sound come out? You see the baby is born. What part of our body makes sound? Like, when we want to speak. Throat. And what is the actual organ there? What do we call it? Vocal cords. Vocal cords. They're literally cords. The cords of your guitar and stuff. They are like two cords. Have you seen vocal cords? Cord, yeah. Let me show you the vocal cords. There you go. That's the vocal cord. A picture of that. See that? Why is one very dark and one very light? Yeah, there's just more torch. They just did with hand. I will show you better pictures subsequently, maybe next week. Can you see that? That's your vocal cord. So now, this bit, they've not shown it properly. It's like a leaf. A long leaf sitting there, like a tongue. It's sitting there. It's called epiglottis. The job of this is to be like this, and it is actually here. It closes. It closes when you want to swallow something, because this food pipe here, you swallow something, it can go here, it can go there. You close it, and the food goes there. That's why we say don't speak while you're eating, because if you speak, it would open up, food would go there as well, and you got choking. That's why you don't talk when you're eating. Yes? Now, this vocal cord sitting there, two of them, right and left, they are like a chord. What do you need to do to make it sound?
How would you cough if it just go to the bone?
No, exactly. I will show you in a minute. I know. So we come to that. Look at that. This vocal cord sitting there in the throat. What would make this cord on the guitar or here to sound? Vibrate it. To use something, what you call, I don't know what's the name of this thingy. Key? Pluck. I think that's more thingy that you, yeah, something. Special word for that. That's small triangle key thing. A small thingy. There's a name for that. But anyway, you just use that to make it sound. You need to move the guitar. You need to move those chords. How can you move those chords? Put a hand in it. Yeah. What do you do? Yeah. Get a air. Air can shake it. Have you seen or heard air making any sound?
Yeah.
Air can do that on its own, but also it just shakes things and you get the sound, rustling sound, breeze, causing things.
That was very strong. Sometimes may blow some leaves away.
Exactly, they can do that. So where would you get air there? Breathe in. Try. Air is going in through the throat into the lung. Is it moving? Little bit sound by going it, but that's not the sound you want to make. How would you make sure that this is vibrating? Exhale. There you go. Exhale it. You know, exhale means what? Breathe out. Do you know how to breathe out? No, that's breathing in. Yeah, that's breathing out. When you breathe out, yeah, that's breathing out. So when you breathe out, you can vibrate. So what happened? This is lung, both of them. You fill it, and then you breathe out. So now say, why can't I continue after this? So again, I'm run out. Yes, I ran out of my lungs. So I filled the lung. Now you check my lung, no sound because no air left in there. So I could make that sound as long as I have my air coming out. That's the practice you do for singing, for whatever. This is how you vibrate your vocal cord so that you can produce that sound. So where would sound go? How does it come out? Because the pressure from bottom in the lungs make it move up. There's only one way it can come, through the mouth, through the nose, out. So how does it become letter? It can, because they both holes go at this hole at the back, which goes and sit in the throat. Let me show you. There you go. Can you see the picture? See that arrow? That's your nose. You breathe in and it goes down there. And this is your mouth. You breathe in, it goes down here. They both come here. That is where you have vocal cord, the purple thing. We show you in a different way. Maybe next way. I need to show you that picture so you understand. समझ में आ रहा है? अब तक समझ में आ रहा है? कहानी समझ में आ रही है? So the sound would go, the sound would come, it can only go in one way, which is coming out. Exit point, which is your mouth, your nose. So that's why you can say, coming out from the nose. You can let it come out, because that you just blocked your throat to let it come out from the nose. You can do the other way, only coming out of the mouth. And you do with both, coming from both. Yeah. Yeah. Now, the sound comes out. You have to move it, shake it, scoop it, angle it, make it go this way or that way. So your tongue is the best thing to do that. It dances like this and makes sound go here, hit here, go there, go from the nose. So that's why the tongue is the best thing to pronounce those letters. The sound would come naturally. And many, many letters are very easy to pronounce naturally. That is why the word, the name Allah, La is the easiest sound to pronounce. The kids, when they start crying, when they start, first thing they do is, some no, some more, they start lailing, we call it lailing, because they do, it's easy. The sound is coming out from the vocal cord. What you are doing, the baby is doing, is just somehow juggling it, and sound is there. Animals do that as well. Do you know if someone is deaf, God forbid, they never hear any sound, can they speak?
No. No.
Although they've got every apparatus working properly, they can't speak.
Yeah,
They have sound,
they're dead.
but no, they're not dead. They're deaf. No, so you heard deaf. I mean deaf, not deaf as in deaf, TH.
Deaf.
No, it's deaf as in deaf, deaf.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't hear. So if they can't hear, can they speak? Yeah, so exactly. They won't be able to answer, but they won't be able to speak. Why? Because you learn everything that you hear. That is why the kids, when they grow up, how do they start speaking? They see you, they heard you, dad, mom, brother, sister, younger here and there. They keep saying, you say beta, mama, mama, ba, 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 Allah, 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 say Allah, Allah, and the kids do it. They don't know, they can't do it. Now you do the same to a deaf baby, God forbid. The baby would just see, you can do that. No sound coming out. He doesn't know what you're doing. He can't hear you.
Yeah, because
So that is why, in order for you to be able to speak, you must hear, because this is the practice of tongue, throat, nasal passage, lips. That is why someone from Germany, someone from Sindh, they have got special certain letters. Every baby who is born in that family can speak. Say the most difficult one. Jim with two that dot. Yeah. Yeah, second. Yeah. Anyone try that? Yeah, something like that. It's difficult. Yeah. So a person who speaks Sindhi, they will speak it. They may be, I don't know. I don't think Gujarati has any specific word like which is very difficult to pronounce. Maybe there's for us, we can say ar. This trilling, yeah. It is difficult for English speaking people because they've not used it ever. You understand that? Why can you pronounce it properly? Why can a German pronounce it very difficult? Some of the, which is a mixture of all of those. You can't pronounce properly. You can copy it, but it wouldn't be. How come everyone who's born and raised here in the West, in this country, they can speak the English with the almost same accent? You would know, oh, this is Cockney, this is Scottish accent. How do you know? Everyone speaks the same way. Are they training them? No, don't say this. Speak like this, whatever. Because if you want to be Indian way, then this is no one teaches anyone. Everyone hears and follows. That's it. This is no revelation, by the way. This is what happens. This is what you know, but you've not thought of it, maybe. People just copy whatever they hear with regards to their language. This is why you don't need to tell native Arabs how to speak. This is how I speak. If you've born in Karachi, you would speak Urdu in a certain way, and you are in, Hyderabad, Deccan, you'll be all speaking the same way, differently. Gujarat, different area, different style, subtle, different. We can't understand, but they would understand. Urdu in Pakistan, in Punjab, in Peshawar, they all speak, but they all speak differently. The minute you hear, oh, you're from Punjab, oh, you're from Sindh, oh, you're from... How do you know that? The subtle change in the style, the way they use it, and our ears are quite used to it. This is what we heard from our mom and dad. And even within the same, language spoken people, you would see those fine tune in the household because the way they say certain things. And you just pick up, oh, that's this family. They resemble. Because we pick everything by copying, imitating. That's natural. And this is how it is. Anyway, so the letters come out. you just twist it. So in order to make a letter heavy, you have to lift the base of the tongue. Can you see the base of the tongue here? This arrow here? Yes. Oh, it's not coming. Oh. अच्छा अच्छा मैं बिला वजह यहाँ से एरो दिखा दिखा के समझ रहा हूँ कि सबको नजर आ रहा है. क्या बात. Let me get the वो मैंने वो pointer ले लिया. Can you see that? Yeah. This is tongue. So this is throat.
What's the tongue?
So below that, throat. Coming. Throat, jawf. This is all jawf, and this is your tongue. Yeah, tongue. Now this is jawf of the jawf is going all the way, but remember this base here. So now come. I'm just telling you every letter now. Just have a bit of idea. First letter from bottom up. Where the sound is coming from? From the vocal cord. While you're breathing out, the sound would come out this way, traveling from here, up. First thing is the throat. You can see for halq, it says halq, that's throat. So coming in this area is throat. So what are the letters of throat? So the lowest two. In throat, there are 3 points. Bottom point, middle point, top point. Yeah? So 2 letters from each. 6 letters coming here. Hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. The middle one is ah. One above that, agh. So 6 already done. Agh. We should say agh. Okay, let's say it and we'll finish inshallah with these letters. First say Hamza and ha. Hamza, say Try to see where it's coming from. Yeah. Then say The two next to each other. First Hamza, second ha. Okay. Without saying, you won't understand a thing. You have to say it. I'm not going to ask you to say it. If you don't want to say, that's the problem. You can't do it without practicing. Don't feel shy. It's like swimming. You have to do it. Okay. So these are coming where they're coming. Now one above that is Can you see they're both coming from the same place? Can you see they're coming from the same place? Coming from the same place. Coming from the same. Go above that. Yeah. Now that's throat letter. One above that is your qaf. So just try say Now say ghain first and then qaf. Carry on with your prolong it. Okay, you feel that scratchy, tickly sound. Yeah. Now say up. This is the tongue. Can you position where roughly where do you think qaf is coming from? So, because the kha is coming from the top one here and here. Yeah. Hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. Where is qaf coming from? Here, right at the base of the tongue. Now move forward. And now the next is ka. Say ak. Now qaf, 2 dot, No. So don't say if you say then because that's qaf is musta'liya. So round it, where is this kaf coming from? Qaf here and kaf little ahead of that. Okay. Now come forward. Say ash. Only say as many times as I'm saying. Otherwise you lose your point. Remember that. You've been observed, you've been marked. ash, aj, ash, aj, ash. And then ya as well. Iyaka, iyaka, ay. You lose point if you shout. Aj, ash, ay. Where do you think it's coming from? Try. Where is coming from? All three. Say again and tell me where they're coming from. Aj. Say aj. Say aj. Shh. Everybody quiet. Aj. Aj. Say aj. Yeah. Aj. No. Say aj. Ash. Ay. Now tell me where it's coming from. Where is the makhraj point?
Jim is from the mouth, not from here.
No, clearly, yeah. But where? Which part of the mouth? There's so many parts.
Jim.
Say no. Don't say jim. Say aj.
Aj.
Aj. Where's now? Tell me where it's coming from.
The tongue go to the
Top. Good. Middle of the tongue. Middle of the tongue. It is the middle of the tongue going up top. Aj. And ash. And ay. All three coming from the same place. How do you remember that? Jim, Yashin, Jaish. Jaish means army. Okay, troop. So remember that. So Jaish. So Jim, Yashin come from the middle of the tongue going up top. You do it properly. You don't think about that. And not knowing, that is why you at times make mistake. If I just ask you, what is the gathering called? A religious gathering called with just Jim there, Hamza Jim. What do you call? There is, what's happening? Urdu mein, kya kehte? What's happening? Ijtima. Say ijtima. You find it, what do people say? Do you say ijtima or you say ijtima? Yes. Don't try to be clever. You say ijtima. Everyone says ijtima. Is it ijtima? It's not ijtima. Oh, salana ijtima. Mahana ijtima. Why we say ijtima? Because jim is difficult to say than sheen. We'll come to that in a second. No, not in a second. In the next lesson, whenever we do, maybe a few lessons later. So middle letter, tongue touching the top. Then goes the side. You can go to the side, or we can go. In fact, leave it there. There's certain letters coming from the tongue because it's nearly shaitan. What I'm trying to do today, just to make you aware of what you already know, but put all in perspective, try to figure it out, pay a little attention, stop and think. I'm saying it, but how am I saying it? Yes, okay. Then things would settle down. Once you master those, and then you try to pronounce that letter, even if you say, oh, I'm saying, oh, you know, someone called Mushtaba. Yeah, what's the name? Ever heard someone called Mushtaba? Yeah. Say Mujtaba with Jim. Say Mujtaba. Anyone says Mujtaba? No one says Mushtaba. Everyone says Mushtaba. Mushtaba. Why? By necessity, languages are supposed to be made easy. People do make it easy. That's why they say whatever they feel comfortable with, and there's nothing wrong with that, except that when you do the same to Quran, that can change the meaning, and then you become sinful. Because you do not want to change the meaning. You can say Mujtaba in Quran, you have to do that. So then how can you make it easy? Very easy. You just do qalqala on that. Mujtaba. No problem. Say Mujtaba. Don't do that in Urdu. Don't start calling your friend Mujtaba, so Mujtaba, come here. Say, what are you doing? Why are you singing with my name? Don't do that. But when you read that in Quran, so ijtabahu, if you say ishtabahu, ishtaba means suspicion. Ijtiba means selected one. Allah selected him. Ishtaba, Allah made whoever, the doer, made it confused. Meaning is completely changed. Qaf, kaf, now you know the distinction. You say qul and kul. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. And many people say qul huwa Allahu ahad. What does qul mean? Qul huwa Allahu ahad. What does qul mean? No. Qul. Qul means say. And kul means eat. So eat, he is Allah. Is that what Allah is saying? Allah is saying, say, he is Allah. He's not going to eat, he is Allah. It's a mockery of Quran,
All.
isn't it? Allah says, فَمَثَلُهُ كَمَثَلِ الْكَلْبِ. Excuse me. The example is like that of kalb. Kalb is dog. You say the example is like of heart. Qalb. Qalb is heart. Kalb is dog. Qaf and kaf, different. You need to know that. You're making mistake. Now, ruling is, as we discussed last week, if you recite Surah Fatiha without proper tajweed, makharij must be clear. By vast majority, or almost consensus of all the ummah, scholars, everyone, that your prayer is invalid and you're sinful for that. You haven't done your prayer. If you can't recite Surah Fatiha, I'm not saying that your prayer, what? You will be in trouble if you don't practice and learn, and when you have the time. You're disabled, you have issues, that's a different matter. You should try and figure that out. This is something that must be fixed by yourself, not anyone else. No one is coming to, no one came to my house to teach me tajweed. My grandmother taught me how to recite. The next door auntie was teaching us Quran in Urdu, so we learn in Urdu, in Bangla, in whichever language. She, poor lady, tried her best, but it's your responsibility once you're adult to learn all of that. You can't answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, because I didn't know. Not knowing is not an excuse. You say the same by after committing a crime, speeding or otherwise. I say, actually, I didn't know this sign. I say, no, good, you told me, license revoked. Go and apply again because you don't even know how the ruling. I didn't see it as a different excuse. A lie, but at least justified in a sense that, you might not see it because you were here in the mistake, but it doesn't disqualify you. When you say, are you saying this 60 means 60 speed? I thought it means 60 miles because the screen was showing 60 miles away. So I thought it's copying that. You know what? Go and test again. Get the test done again. You're completely out of kilter. There's something wrong with you. Or you may be on drugs or something. You understand that? Not knowing the ruling is not an excuse. It's like me sitting and standing in front of you in A&E, and I'm a doctor. If you have any trouble, you bring your, God forbid, someone who had heart attack. And I said, yes, I'm doctor on duty. I don't know how to treat heart condition. It looks like he's dying of heart attack. I don't know how to do it. He said, okay, no problem. Is that what you said? How dare you standing here as a point of call to save lives, and you say that you don't know how to do it? Off you go. Otherwise, I would, out. My mom is dying and you don't know how to treat it. Why are you standing here? I could have stood there and be paid for that. Would you spare that man? Well, legally, you can't do anything, but you'd be really upset, and this should be the case. So not knowing is not an excuse. This is absolutely necessary to learn it, inshallah. We'll make it easy. We'll learn it, inshallah, slowly and surely. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.